Good morning, YouTube. Wanted to do a quick video. A while back I did one on budget handguns, the top 5 budget handguns that I think for under $500. I have since revamped that list and I wanted to go through it, but I've also changed the criteria. And now I'm going for the top 5 budget carry handguns for under $400. So let's get started. And I picked these going through many reviews, some guns I've owned, some guns I've shot, that I've looked at, talked to people, talked to how they like them, talked to people that really actually handle the guns, not looked at a gun in a gun store and went, I don't like it, and never shot it. Talked to real world people, people that I know have carried these guns, or guns I've carried myself. And I went through a whole bunch, price-wise, list-wise, and this is just, again, my opinion, but, you know, hear me out on this. So, number 5 is the Charter Arms Mag Pug in 357 Magnum. This gun holds 5 rounds, is stainless steel, has a 2.5-inch barrel. Okay, Charter Arms, good quality revolvers. They don't get, there was a spotty period of time for years where some of their guns were questionable. That's not the case anymore. Their guns are very, very good quality. You're getting a good bargain for their handguns. And the Mag Pug is in 357 Magnum. You can also get the Undercover in 38 Special. I would get the Mag Pug because you can fire 357, no problem. And if you didn't want to use 357, you can use whatever 38 Special you want, plus P, non-plus P, without any worries. And this gun, again, stainless 2.5-inch barrel, fixed sights. MSRP on this gun is around exactly $394. You can get them usually on Gunbroker for about $350, right around there, maybe a little bit less. But that's my choice for, you know, the number 5 gun. Number 4 is the Ruger LCP II. This is their new version of the LCP. You're talking a nice little 380. 6 rounds, 2.75 inch barrel. Very nice for a deep carry, pocket carry, something if you're looking for a really nice concealed carry gun that it's a proven design. The LCP is what kind of started this whole small pocket carry design over again. It had kind of died off for a while. Well, now these little pocket guns are really popular. The LCP started it. The LCP II is a better gun. Little more modifications to it. You can still, of course, get the LCP if you want the original one, but I would, for the price, go with the LCP II. Now, the MSRP on that gun is $349. I see him $324, $325 on Gunbroker, a little bit less in some places. You know, that's not a bad price. Again, you're talking, you know, 6 rounds of 380. You know, 6 plus 1, you know, 6 rounds to mag, 1 in the chamber, you're good to go. I mean, it's a nice little gun. Number 3, and now this is a gun that I carried myself. I had one of these for quite a while, and I'll tell you after why I got rid of it. I didn't get rid of it because I had any issues with the gun. I got rid of it for other reasons, mostly financial. And that was the Beretta Nano. Now this is a sweetheart of a carry gun. I carried this gun every day for a long time. 9mm, comes with 2 different magazines. You get a 6-round mag and an 8-round mag. This gun, you don't let the MSRP gun on this gun scare you. It usually lists really high on their website for some reason, around $560. Go on Gunbroker, look around. I found a whole bunch of them for $398, $399. Sometimes $380. I bought the gun myself with shipping for $400. I think it was like $406. And that was with the shipping, and you can get a better deal than that. They're out there, and that was brand new. That was a brand new gun. But overall length on that gun is 5.6 inches. It's a sweetheart of a carry gun. Height-wise, it's not even 4.25 inches tall with a 6-round mag. With the 8-round mag, it's 5 inches even, dead even for the height. From the top of the rear sight to the bottom of the mag was 5 inches even. And I'm telling you, that gun digested every single round. You hear some of the early ones didn't really like the lighter ammo. Mine had no problem with anything I shot through it. Hollow points, full metal jacket, the lighter rounds, the Non-Plus-P. Just a wonderful carry gun. The finish held up well on it. The double action trigger, the trigger on it has got a little bit of a reset that takes a little getting used to. But once you shoot it a bit, you'll really like that gun. Trust me. And again, that's pretty much just about the $400 mark. Now the next gun on the list, and this gun, the only reason this gun is not number one, as I'll tell you because of one thing, and that's the trigger pull. And this is the Polish P64. This isn't a new gun. These are guns you're going to get surplus. But for the value of what you're getting, now the Polish P64 was Poland's military and police issue pistol for many years during the Cold War. It came out in, of course, 1964. And it's a 9mm Makarov. Now, some people say, well, you can't get that ammo. I have no problem finding that ammo. I just picked up a box of Hornady Critical Defense yesterday. I've been able to find that no problem. Right at my local gun shop. It's not expensive ammo to buy. And the P64 overall length is like 6.3 inches. It weighs 22 ounces. But this is an all steel gun. There's no polymer in this gun. There's no plastic. There's no nothing. You want a gun that's going to hold up? You get a P64. And the only reason, again, is because that gun has a really stiff double-action trigger pull. And the only way to remedy that is to buy a set of recoil springs and put them in from like Wolf gun springs. And that'll lighten that double-action trigger pull quite a bit. It's not quite perfect, but it is better. And it's the only reason that gun is not number one on my list. But you can get them, depending on if you don't care what the finish looks like, you can get them around $225 or so. $265 for really good condition, and under $300, just right around the $280, $290 mark for guns that are in excellent condition. Really nice guns. And they all shoot really well. They're an excellent shooting gun, but for a budget carry handgun, that's right up there. Now, my number one choice is the gun sitting in front of me. That is the Makarov PM. This is the gun that made me sell my Beretta Nano. The reason why is I could not afford to keep both. Only reason I didn't keep the Nano was because this gun is better. This gun is amazing at how well it shoots. I've had it for a month. I've put a ton of rounds through this thing. Full metal jacket, hollow point. You know, it loves a critical defense. Hornady Critical Defense 9mm Makarov ammo. Now, this gun, there's different versions of it, and that's going to affect the price. This is an East German version. Now, I got this gun for $350 with 2 mags and a holster. Not really a carry holster, but it was an old military holster or police issue, but they're all the same. And I got it with the 2 mags and a box of 50 rounds ammo for $350. You're not going to beat that deal with a new gun, and it's an all-steel gun. These guns are brutally simple. Okay, now some people complain, well, gee, you know, they're not the safest gun because of their free-floating firing pin. The state of California allows these guns in. It doesn't allow the new Beretta Nano in, and that has a drop safety built into it, and a trigger safety. But the Makarov is allowed. That tells you it's safe, because they dropped this gun upwards of 200 times with a live round in the chamber and the safety on it never went off. As long as you carry it with the safety, it's fine. Now, the Makarov PM, 6.5 inches long. It's 5 inches tall with the magazine in it. And that's top of the rear sight to the bottom of the mag. That's the same height as the Beretta Nano with the 8-round mag in it. I can carry this in a pocket with no problem in a decent pocket holster. Never know it's there. 8-round mag, 9mm Makarov, great caliber. The trigger on these guns is exceptional. Double action trigger pull is smooth. Single action, because this is a double action, single action pistol. Once you fire that first shot, even the first shot's not bad. But once you get to the single action, the trigger pull on these guns is wonderful. Better than new guns I fired that cost twice as much. And again, they made these in East Germany, which is what this is. Don't expect an East German gun for $350. I was told by quite a few people that the shop didn't know what the hell they had. The Chinese, they're all over the place. Typical ones you're going to find that you're going to be able to afford are the Bulgarians. There's also a Russian version, which is the original version. The Russian military version, which has the fixed sight like this, tend to be a little more expensive. They're usually 4 and above. Bulgarian Makarovs tend to be between $350 and just under $400. You will usually get 2 8-round mags and a holster to go with it, and sometimes a cleaning rod. That is a great deal. You're getting an all-steel gun with a wonderful trigger, decent sights. They're not the 3-dot combat sights you're seeing on the, but you know what? These are great sights for what you're getting. The rear sight is windage adjustable, and that's it. Again, double action, single action pull. The grips, there are people complain about the grips. The grips are out there. They're everywhere. Everybody makes aftermarket grips for these now. The biggest thing, you hear a lot of complaints, well, gee, it doesn't have a thumb magazine release. It's a heel release, which means it releases on the bottom. But you know what? I don't mind that. I've carried all sorts of handguns. I've carried Glocks. I've carried dozens. It doesn't bother me. For a concealed carry gun like this, it's not that big of a deal. The magazines are steel. The guns are steel. You're not going to get a better deal. This is the gun that made me quit carrying my Beretta Nano. Yeah, it's not in 9mm Luger. It's in 9mm Makarov, which is in between the 9mm Luger and the 380. I'm telling you right now, this is a gun that you can carry all day long, everywhere. Carry it on a trail, carry it hiking, carry it anywhere you want it to go. Concealed carry, not a problem. For the money you're going to spend, this is my top budget handgun for under $400, by far. And that's the Bulgarian version. Again, don't expect the East German version. Unless you happen to just blind luck fall into something like I did. Don't expect the East German to be that cheap. The Russian, maybe occasionally. The Chinese, which would be an Norinco version. Occasionally if you find it. But the Bulgarians are the ones you want. Internally, the finish is a little different between this gun. The grip's a little different. The quality of the gun, the quality of what you're getting with a Bulgarian Makarov is still the same gun. All the parts are interchangeable. I mean, everybody says the German guns East German guns have a little better craftsmanship. Yes and no. From what I've seen and what I've looked at, the Bulgarians to me are just as good. You know, I have not seen enough of a difference to say they're any different. It's just that they made the East German guns for only a few years. I mean, for like 8 years, and that was it. And the Bulgarian guns were made for much longer, and the Russians even longer. But the Russian guns are harder to get. So, that's my list, YouTube. Agree with it, disagree with it. Like I said, everybody that I know is on a budget. It's getting hard to find a good handgun these days for the money, unless not all of us are on the government tit, so to speak. I don't have a check ferry that flies in here on a monthly basis and drops money in my lap. So I have to improvise, and I have to do it this way. But with that being said, YouTube, that's my list. That's where I stand on it. Hope you all have a good day, and stay safe out there.